Hey guys, welcome to another video, and you can say this is a spoiler video, even though if you seen the original, then I don't find any use of putting this as spoiler. So that's my spoiler is warning to you guys. So I've seen The Lion King live action in theaters. Now, this is technically, you can say that my second time seeing The Lion King in theaters, because I've seen the animated one when it was in 3D like a few years ago when I was in theaters, and I enjoyed watching the anime movie in theaters, even though it technically came out in 1994. But like I think it was like 5 years ago they came out with a 3D version of The Lion King, and I watched that because it's my favorite Disney movie and I enjoyed it. And so when I came into this movie, because I saw it with my friend and his father that I count as a brother and a second father, that I came in expecting myself to be extremely critical of this movie. Didn't really expect myself to like it at all. I expected myself to despise it and stuff like that. I expected myself to only like James Earl Jones, because he did Mufasa in the original, he did Mufasa in this one. And also, since I'm a Star Wars fan, and James Earl Jones did Darth Vader. But to be honest, I enjoyed it. It was better than I expected. I had my like with Beauty and the Beast, I had my expectations to be this. Well, I had my and Aladdin, I had my expectations this low, and like with Aladdin, The Lion King exceeded my expectations. Jungle Book I kind of expected to be good, to be honest, and I was right about the Jungle Book. But anyways, getting back to the main topic. So pretty much, the CGI looks really good. I can see why people are saying that with how realistic the lions look, kids can debatably want to go into like the cages of the lions if they see them in like circus. If they even allow kids to go backstage into circus or into zoos and want to pet the lion because they look like Simba or Mufasa, or the warthogs because they resemble Pumbaa or whatever. But and to be honest, warthogs can be jerks in real life, or if or even hyenas. I can kind of see kids going up to hyenas. Like, if we're going to play that argument, which to those people who has criticism in that area being looking too realistic, I can give you leeway about. But I have faith that in kids that they can distinguish what's reality and what's not in this scenario. That's just me. But anyways, so yeah, the scenery looked great. Even though I didn't really love Scar's look at the beginning when I saw it, like him before the movie, like screenshot of him, I didn't really love how Scar looked, but I got past that in this movie. The songs were great. All the songs are great. My only criticism to any song in the movie was "Love, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" There's only one reason why. Because in the original, the setting was at night. The Broadway version, you can tell the setting was at night. And you can even feel the festival of the Lion King at Disney. When they played Can You Feel the Love Tonight in that festival of the Lion King, you can feel like it's at night with that song, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, even though it might be daytime outside. But you got the sense that oh my god, this is taken at night. This John I like Jon Favreau as an actor and a director, but I felt like he sort of kept the setting at night, because what he did was he made Can You Feel the Love Tonight, the setting, in the daytime. So I want you to hear, can you feel the love tonight? I wanted to yell, it's not nighttime, it's daytime, what the hell? It was be like, can you feel the love today? Because unlike the cartoon is daytime, not nighttime. You know, that was really like my only complaint about like any song. I take that back. Be prepared. And I can say I'm kind of being picky with Be Prepared, but I like the originals and the Broadway versions a bit better than this one, because this version of Be Prepared was a chant, was a mantra per se, and I'm not saying it was bad, because it was passable. How they handled this was passable, but I I my personal preference goes with the original Be Prepared song. That's just me. Even though I did find this version fitting, I guess, for the tone that Jon Favreau was trying to get at. And what else? Hyenas. I I like how Scar wasn't really the head of the hyenas per se. It, like he was in the cartoons, because in the cartoon he was the head of the hyenas off the bat. In this case, they kind of used the Be Prepared song to have Scar be initiated into the group and immediately be their leader. And you can kind of guess how that went if you've seen the original Lion King movie. Now, speaking of Scar, I liked his character. Like, in terms of, I like this version a lot, because in the animated, they never really showed you why Scar dislikes Mufasa, per se, outside of Scar was jealous that Mufasa was king. He had an heir, which was Simba, who stole his birthright of being king. Because I think it's like in medieval times, so it's applied in here. It's the oldest son who gets king, and if there are two sons, and if that oldest son doesn't have any children or any descendants to take their place as king, then it leads to the next runner up. Assuming, like, after they unfortunately pass. Or if that king passes, and if they don't have any descendants, then it's like the brother or the sister's job to assume the throne, per se. If you get what I'm getting at. In this one, they kind of hinted that it could also potentially be a love thing, because just the end of the movie, before Simba makes his reveal that he's alive to Pride Rock, Scar said, you chose to love Mufasa over me. Well, he didn't say those exact words, but that's why I got it. And so it could be a romantic thing as well. Why Scar was kind of so resentful of Mufasa, because he had a thing for Sarabi, but Sarabi chose Mufasa over him. But to be honest, I wanted to hug Simba as a lion, or as a lion cub, because he looked like a teddy bear. And the voice acting, let's get into the voice acting. Some of the voice acting was, like, it wasn't exactly bad, but it came across cheesy at times. Like, I could tell that I felt like some people were holding back. Even James Earl Jones, who was Mufasa in the original. I like James Earl Jones as an actor a lot, but I feel like James Earl Jones' voice acting was a bit more on point in the original than his voice acting in this. And at times, it felt rushed. the dialogue, I mean. And in some of the songs, I felt like was some moments where the characters should have just stood for like a few seconds. Like, Just Can't Wait to Be King. I'm going to use that for example. Because, the whole basis of Just Can't Wait to Be King, and if you've seen the cartoon, then you know pretty much what happens to that scene. On this one, Simba and Nala pretty much keeps on moving. There's this one part where, in that cartoon, they stop and have some dialogue with Sasu. You guys will know what I'm talking about if you've seen the animated. In this one, that scene that I'm referring to, they keep on moving, and I felt like they sort of, I don't know. It's just I felt like they sort of stopped and looked at each other and Sasu for like at least 4 seconds, and then kept on going. That's just me. Now they took out one of my favorite parts for Rafiki, and that's the Squash Banana. And this was after Rafiki discovered that Simba was alive. They kept that scene per se where Rafiki tells Simba that Mufasa's alive, and we still see Simba talking to Mufasa in the clouds, and we get some added dialogue from Mufasa. But right after, Rafiki in this version was serious, and besides having that dialogue at the end of that part of the scene before Simba decides to rush off to Rock to save his home, just into this verse it says, "I'm Simba, I'm ready, let's go. Hey Nala, remember our fight? Let's go," and stuff like that. That was my. I mean, I would have liked to see. Would have liked to see that in the live action, and it's not like Aladdin for me where it was kind of easy to stop trying to compare the original to the live action to the original. And there's this one part where they also didn't add, or they had the Mr. Pig part. They didn't have Mr. Pig in there. They had something else, but not Mr. Pig. And I was like, why? That's my favorite Pumbaa part. That's my favorite Pumbaa part. Like, why did they take that out? And there's this one part in The Lion King, the original, where in the final battle with Rafiki fighting the hyenas, and you go, oh! And that wasn't in there either. And I was kind of sad about that. There's been, I think, like 4 parts from the original that they took out that I enjoyed and I loved, and I was disappointed that they took it out in this movie. And it's like, why? But there's this one part where they kind of do a callback to another Disney movie, and that part was pretty funny. But long story short, I enjoyed Lion King, this version Lion King. Nothing. I mean, if you were to ask me which one do you like better, the original or the live action or the Broadway, I would say the original. Then the Broadway, tying with uh the live action, because yeah, there's been some things that the live action did better than the original. I'll give Disney that, but the original did a whole lot more things better than the live action did to me. And like I said, some of the dialogue just seemed rushed, even from the kid actors. Even though I always said I'm going to lay off not be as hard on the kid actors as I am with the adult actors, and I'll stand by that. Just even at times I can feel like the kid actors, which was only like Simba and Nala, their lines kind of felt a bit rushed. But with the adult actors, at times kind of like the way the delivery was, I felt it was kind of like cheesy. But I kind of overlooked the cheesiness part a bit, because enjoy the movie, and I'm if they decide to make another Lion King live action movie, I wouldn't exactly mind having a prequel to Scar, and I'm skeptically saying that. And how he became so resentful to Mufasa. And speaking of which, I really do like how they pretty much had Mufasa have his own theme song. I like that. Really, really like that. And I feel like Scar's voice acting. I mean, there was some voice acting that got him better in this movie, but I just want to highlight Scar. Because at first, Scar's voice acting kind of seemed stale. Then once we reached to Be Prepared, I feel like that's when Scar's voice, the actor who played Scar's voice acting, definitely picked up in Be Prepared, and then after that, it was awesome. But you know, that's just me. So I give this movie an 8 out of 10. It was pretty decent. It was pretty good, but it wasn't. And there were some moments in the movie, like with Hakuna Matata, Lion Sleeps Tonight, Just Can't Wait to Be King, where it did wow me, but you know, it's just me. The only one part I didn't look forward to in the movie, and this isn't towards the movie, exactly me saying, oh, this part's bad. It's just, because it's a really sad scene, and it's the stampede scene. And that's only because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the animated movie, Mufasa dies towards the end of the stampede scene. So that was literally the only scene I did not look forward to. And again, this kind of playing back to the CGI lions looking so realistic thing. Simba's reaction in the live action wasn't as great as was in the animated, in terms of getting wowed by the stampede that was coming down that hill, and then when he was crying when he found Mufasa's body, but that Mufasa wasn't responding to him. That scene, the stampede scene, I feel like was more powerful in the animated, because the animated was more expressive, if you get what I'm talking about. But anyways, that's my theory. Oh yeah, there's this one joke where, spoiler alert. Now I can say spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Where in the original Hakuna Matata, they said, he got so, I got so hearted every time hey Pumbaa, not from the kids. Oh, sorry. They literally went through with that. They literally said, and I got so hearted every time I farted. And they kind of literally did that, and they kind of played on that, and I like that, and that was one of the things I enjoyed that they did, like, improved upon from the original. I like that. And I've even heard that was Mad-libbed, and that was great. That was really, really great addition to that scene, to the song. And, yeah. Again, giving this 8 out of 10. This was good, not perfect, not as perfect as the original, but was still good. I still found myself enjoying myself. Was this needed exactly? No. The Lion King did not need to be made into live action. Or as they call it, even though I still don't know why they call it live action when it's just CGI. But will I accept it? Is this passable to me? Yeah, it's passable to me. What do you guys think? Do you guys like Lion King? Well, right now I'm talking about the rebooted one. Do you guys like the rebooted Lion King? Dislike it or And which one do you prefer? The original Lion King? The Broadway Lion King? The Festival of the Lion King? Was that like this Disney park in the Animal Kingdom? Or this version Lion King? Or the original slash rebooted. I forget which one I said at first. That's just a slash. Anyways, leave a comment below. I can't talk straight. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.